Welcome to IE News and to our viewers on itvtt.com. I am Micah Dume. Thanks for joining us. In the headlines, a 31-year-old Jaron Hurdle gunned down in violent Pity Valley attack. NGC denies a sponsorship of Queen's Park Oval event, moves to remove branding. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles undecided on Senator Janelle John Bates' resignation. In our top story, a 31-year-old man has been shot and killed in Pity Valley in what residents describe as a sudden and violent attack. The victim has been identified as Jaron Hurdle. Reports indicate that residents along Bird Lane, Pioneer Drive heard a barrage of gunshots around 9 p.m. on Monday. Shortly after, Hurdle was found at the scene suffering from gunshot wounds. He was later pronounced dead. The circumstances surrounding the killing remain unclear, and investigators are working to determine what led to the fatal shooting. Police inquiries are ongoing, with more details expected as investigations continue. The National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago is refuting claims that it sponsored an event held at the Queen's Park Oval on Saturday. In a media release, the company said the assumption appears to have stemmed from NGC's branded signage visible at the venue, which was misinterpreted as event sponsorship. NGC clarified that the signage was part of a long-standing commercial agreement with the Queen's Park Cricket Club, under which the company facilitated the installation of a digital replay screen in exchange for branding rights and the lease of a corporate box. However, the company noted that this arrangement, which existed for more than 12 years, was terminated in September 2025 and is not connected to any current events at the facility. NGC added that steps are now being taken to remove its signage and branding from the Queen's Park Oval. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is yet to decide whether she will accept the resignation of Senator Janelle John Bates. Opposition leader Beckles said last Friday the matter remains under active consideration but has declined to give a timeline for a final decision. John Bates has also remained tight-lipped, offering no comment when asked for an update. Despite the uncertainty surrounding her resignation, both John Bates and fellow Senator Farish Alwari have now been referred to the Privilege Committee. Senate President Wade Mark confirmed the move, stating that a prima facie case had been established. The matter stems from a track changes controversy, where metadata allegedly showed both senators edited a witness statement for former Health Minister Terence D'Alsing ahead of his appearance before a parliamentary committee. The development has raised concerns about possible interference in parliamentary proceedings, though both senators have denied wrongdoing. The Privileges Committee will now review the matter with the authority to gather evidence, summon witnesses, and make recommendations to the Senate. Possible outcomes include reprimand, suspension, or other actions depending on the committee's findings. A final decision will ultimately rest with the Senate. We pause for a moment. More news when we come back.
From the freshness of the ocean, Rainbow has sealed in all the natural, healthy goodness in their canned tuna, sardines, and mackerel. So go ahead, enjoy some crispy sardines, stewed mackerel, or a creamy tuna salad. Because while your tummy enjoys the great taste, your heart and immunity will love the healthy omega-3s, calcium, protein, and more. Rainbow's canned tuna, sardines, and mackerel are 100% real fish. So it's tasty, healthy eating for your body, heart, and mind. Rainbow canned fish.
Tile Expressions Limited, as one of the largest importers of tiles, offers an extensive range of high-quality tiles in ceramic, porcelain, granite, stone, and mosaic options. Additionally, we offer a variety of tile accessories and bathroom sets to complement any decor style. We are committed to providing exceptional customer service and swift delivery of all products. From indoor and outdoor tiles to bathroom sets and tile accessories, we have curated a range that caters to both traditional and modern taste. Lampus 13, Ajudha Road, Munro Road, Canopio. Call 223-8453.
Welcome back. The judiciary of Trinidad and Tobago has been strengthened with the appointment of 4 new High Court masters. The officials were sworn in during a ceremony at the Waterfront Judicial Center in Port of Spain. Chief Justice Rani Budu Singh administered the oaths of office and underscored the critical role these positions play in keeping the judicial system functioning efficiently. Those appointed as High Court masters are Tunique Gibbons Glenn, Raiden Dalrymple Watts, Tekla Duncan Keynes and Tracy Vidal. Also taking their oaths were Rihanna Gibson and Roger Hector, who will serve as magistrates, registrars, and clerks of the court. The Chief Justice noted that these roles are vital to ensuring matters are processed in a timely and organized manner. The appointments form part of ongoing efforts to strengthen the administration of justice and improve the efficiency of court operations. A 62-year-old man is recovering after a brazen stabbing in Port of Spain, just steps away from a police station. The incident occurred around 10 a.m. on Monday at the Nip Deck car park at the corner of Independence Square South and Piccadilly Street. Police say the victim was approached by a man known to him and a verbal dispute quickly escalated into violence. The suspect allegedly pulled out a knife and stabbed the man multiple times about the body before fleeing the scene. The victim was rushed to the Port of Spain General Hospital where he is being treated. The suspect is described as about 5 feet 7 inches tall, dark brown in complexion with short grey hair, and was last seen wearing a shirt and black three-quarter pants. Officers from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service based at the Bessel Street Police Station are continuing investigations. Plans are already in motion to strengthen communities across Trinidad and Tobago ahead of the upcoming hurricane season. This according to Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin, who says efforts are focused on ensuring all 40 municipal corporations are fully disaster ready. The minister made the comments while speaking at a disaster prevention and preparedness campaign on Friday. She noted that the initiative is aimed at boosting readiness at the community level with a coordinated approach to mitigate potential impacts from severe weather. Authorities say the campaign will focus on preparedness planning, public awareness, and strengthening response capabilities across all municipalities.
The University of Arizona has projected an above-average hurricane season. There are 20 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes in our zone. Too many times when we go to clear drains, we meet fridges, stoves, mattresses. It's not just logs and bamboo and natural debris. It means that illegal dumping is contributing to this. We will be in every city and borough targeting registering 200,000 persons on the alert system.
The National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago has secured a critical 2-year natural gas supply agreement with EOG Resources Trinidad Limited in what officials describe as a strategic move to safeguard supply in an increasingly competitive energy market. Here's more.
The agreement was signed on May 1st at the Hyatt Regency Trinidad, Port of Spain. NGC Chairman Gerald Ramdeen said the deal goes beyond a routine contract, noting that the gas was actively sought by other players in the sector. He emphasized that NGC is now operating in a more competitive upstream environment where it must vie with multinational companies to secure supply. Ramdeen added that policy shifts have changed the company's traditional position, but the agreement proves NGC can still compete effectively while protecting national interests. Acting President Edmund Sobryan highlighted that negotiations were completed 8 months ahead of schedule, describing it as a sign of strong collaboration between the parties. He said the agreement ensures supply stability while increasing value for the country. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal also welcomed the deal, calling it part of government's broader strategy to secure reliable gas for the domestic market. The agreement is expected to support power generation, petrochemical production, LNG commitments, and light industry as Trinidad and Tobago continues to navigate growing competition for natural gas resources.
The government has fully committed to its responsibility for the stewardship of the nation's energy resources to ensure that the energy sector continues to deliver sustainable value to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. To this end, the government maintains active engagement with state agencies, including NGC, to identify and pursue opportunities that maximize national returns from our hydrocarbon resources. The execution of this agreement with NGC reflects the government's steadfast commitment to securing a stable, reliable, and commercially viable supply of natural gas for the domestic market. Since its establishment in 1977, NGC has evolved from a pipeline operator into a fully integrated energy enterprise, with operations spanning the entire energy value chain. It continues to serve as the sole aggregator of natural gas within Trinidad and Tobago, advancing its strategic objectives through the optimization of operations and sustained collaboration. The government remains resolute in its commitment to strengthen partnerships among upstream stakeholders and key public sector entities. Through these coordinated efforts, we aim to ensure that strategies pursued and the agreements concluded deliver enduring value while supporting the sustainable development and long-term prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector.
It's not the NGC that has existed for the past 50 years. Unfortunately, decisions have been taken at a policy level, at a governmental level, that has eroded the position of the NGC in the energy sector in this country. And when you see this agreement signed today between EOG Resources Limited and the NGC, what it truly represents is the skill, the confidence, and the ability of the NGC to compete across the upstream sector.
You're watching IE News. We'll return after these messages.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Are you renewing your motor, homeowner or business insurances shortly? Then call Kalyani Limited, agency for Tatil, for a competitive quote. With 2 locations, Todd Street, El Socorro and 5 Rivers, Aruca. Please call us at 221-5051 or 227-5051. Kalyani Limited, agency for Tatil, building relationships exceeding expectations.
Welcome back. The Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association says it is preparing to take legal action as frustration grows over outstanding payments owed to teachers.
Tutor President Crystal Ashe made the announcement during his May Day address in San Fernando, stating that the union will do what is necessary to protect its membership. The move follows ongoing concerns over delayed back pay, despite government's announcement that 14,000 teachers had begun receiving their new salaries. Ashe says many teachers, particularly in Tobago, are still awaiting payments owed to them more than a year after negotiations began. In April 2025, the union accepted a 5% salary increase offered by Chief Personnel Officer Darren Dindial for the period 2020 to 2023. While the increase was eventually reflected in salaries in March 2026, back pay remains outstanding with no clear timeline. Ashe warned that the delay is placing financial strain on teachers, many of whom have ongoing commitments. The issue formed part of a broader message during media activities, which began at the Oil Field Workers Trade Union headquarters and ended at Harris Promenade. Labour leaders across multiple unions echoed similar concerns. President of the Contractors and General Workers Trade Union, Ermine Debik Med, said the fight for fair wages are far from over, while Industrial General and Sanitation Workers Union President Sherlan Frenette called for better pay and working conditions. Meanwhile, Movement for Social Justice leader David Abdullah urged greater unity among unions, and Trinidad Unified Farmers Association President Shiraz Khan criticized continued neglect of the agricultural sector. The tutor says its fight for teachers' rights is far from over as it pushes for full payment of outstanding monies.
Let's now take a look at some international news.
Passengers across the country are racing to rebook tonight after one of America's most recognizable budget airlines halts operations. More than 24 hours after Spirit Airlines' last flight landed in Dallas, stranded passengers paying hundreds more out of pocket, more than what they did with Spirit just to get home.
$1,600 for the flight for today, but we had to call someone to help us because we couldn't afford it.
We had to book new flights with a different airline. It's just been us here with 3 kids.
Others trying to navigate refunds with little clarity on when they'll see their money again.
They did not give us any refund.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy addressing the chaos.
United, Delta, JetBlue, and Southwest are capping their ticket prices for Spirit customers. It's going to vary between the airlines.
And now growing concerns tonight that cheap air travel could soon be harder to find. Ahead of the busy summer travel season, experts say passengers are left with fewer budget options and higher prices now.
Competition is the single biggest reason that we see cheap flights exist. And so prices are likely to increase in an already challenging market where we're seeing average price of airfare is up 14% year over year.
With skyrocketing jet fuel costs amid the war in Iran pushing Spirit over the edge, new concerns the increased costs will bring other airlines closer to the brink. Those low-cost carriers feeling the pressure, some already raising checked bag fees, others cutting or shifting routes. But one industry group made up of Allegiant, Avelo, Frontier, and Sun Country Airlines requesting $2.5 billion in financial relief from the Trump administration, citing those sky-high fuel costs. And now growing debate whether taxpayer dollars should be used to prop up struggling airlines. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy telling me a bailout is unnecessary.
I would say that at this point, I don't think it's necessary. They do have access to cash. If they want to come to the U.S. government, we would be a lender of last resort if they can find dollars in the private markets.
And tonight, as passengers face a new aviation frontier, Spirit's 17,000 employees now out of a job.
Hey, Spirit, from us guys at American, good luck to y'all. Sorry to hear what happened.
In an emotional air traffic control call-out, American Airlines pilots saying farewell.
Well, it was a pleasure working with you guys, and I wish you the best.
With trade through that critical waterway, the Strait of Hormuz, still blocked, President Trump tonight announcing a new plan to help guide cargo ships linked to countries not involved in the war to safety. Posting on social media, the president writing, quote, "For the good of Iran, the Middle East and the United States, we have told these countries that we will guide their ships safely out of these restricted waterways so they can freely and ably get on with their business." The president's announcement coming after another cargo vessel was reportedly attacked by multiple small craft off the coast of Iran, according to the British Navy's monitoring group. It's recorded more than 40 incidents of vessels attacked, damaged or turned back in or near the Strait of Hormuz since the war began, and says 20,000 seafarers are trapped on ships which can't sail out. Tonight, President Trump saying in his post, many of the ships are running low on food, and suggesting Iran and the US will both be part of the new, quote, humanitarian gesture to let the ships sail free. The president's announcement coming amid a deadlock in peace talks with Iran. The president calling the latest Iranian proposal not acceptable, according to Israeli TV. That Iranian proposal submitted Saturday to Pakistani mediators. Iranian state media said it called for US forces to withdraw and a lifting of sanctions and the US naval blockade. But the report made no reference to key US demands over what's left of Iran's nuclear program.
When we return, your weather update on more. Stay tuned.
In our lives, there are moments that need to be remembered. Are you hosting a Ramayan Yagya, religious or cultural event or celebration? Would you like to have it aired live on IETV or recorded for playback later? We will air your program on IETV and IE Radio, with your viewers joining locally and internationally. Your family and friends worldwide can view on www.ietvtt.com or listen on ieradiott.com. To make arrangements, call or WhatsApp IETV at 784-9880. Let us record your cherished moments and share it.
Let's do India and Nepal, a soulful journey across timeless destinations. Delhi, Kathmandu, Varanasi, Ayodhya, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Agra, and Jaipur. August 12th to 28th. Presented by Pandit Omarat. Call 681-3476 to book now. Not just a trip, it's a spiritual and cultural experience.
Welcome back to IE's Major News. Let's take a look at today's weather forecast.
In today's weather update, Tuesday, May 5th, today was generally partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy across Trinidad and Tobago, with warm and humid conditions prevailing throughout the day. During the afternoon, there were periods of increased cloudiness, which brought isolated to scattered showers mainly across central, eastern, and the southern districts, while other areas remained mostly fair. Daytime temperatures reached around 32 to 33 degrees in Trinidad and near 31 degrees Celsius in Tobago. Winds were light to moderate from the east at 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. Sea conditions were slight to moderate with waves between 1.0 and 1.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sea levels remained within normal limits. Tonight is expected to be partly cloudy to mostly cloudy with a few brief showers, particularly during the late evening and early morning hours. Conditions will remain warm and humid, with overnight temperatures settling around 24 to 25 degrees Celsius. Winds will remain light to moderate from the east, while seas will continue slight to moderate with waves near 1.0 to 1.5 meters. Sea levels are expected to remain normal, though slightly choppy conditions are possible in open waters. For Wednesday, expect partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy skies, with isolated to scattered showers developing during the afternoon, especially across central and southern Trinidad, while Tobago and northern areas remain mostly fair. Temperatures are forecast to reach around 32 degrees in Trinidad and near 31 in Tobago, with humid conditions continuing. Winds will be east to east-northeasterly at 15 to 20 kilometers per hour, and sea levels will remain slight to moderate, with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and around 1 meter in sheltered areas, while sea levels remain within the normal range.
Let's take a look at some crime news.
Officers seized over 360,000 TT worth of cannabis following an anti-crime exercise in the Southern Division. Between 10 p.m. on May 1st and 2 a.m. on May 2nd, officers attached to the Las Lomas Police Post conducted an anti-crime exercise within the Gasparillo Policing District. The operation was spearheaded by Senior Superintendent Bagwandine, Superintendent Glulan, and ASP Hossain, coordinated by Inspector Bagu and supervised by AG Sergeant Borin, with field supervision by Corporal Prince. Acting on intelligence related to the presence of illegal firearms and ammunition, officers proceeded to a forested area off San Fabian Road, Gasparillo. During the exercise, the police party observed a dilapidated wooden structure which appeared to be abandoned. A search of the structure led to the discovery of 3 white crocus bags located inside a goat pen on the southern side of the building. Upon inspection, the bags were found to contain several packages wrapped in tape, each containing cannabis. The officers seized the items, which were conveyed to the Las Lomas Police Post, where further checks confirmed a total of 11 packages of cannabis, with estimated total weight of 12.29 kilograms, with an estimated street value of over 360,000 TT. Investigations are ongoing.
Recapping the headlines, 31-year-old Jaron Hurdle gunned down in violent Pity Valley attack. NGC denies sponsorship of Queen's Park Oval event, moves to remove branding. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles undecided on Senator Janelle John Bates' resignation. Well, this is where we leave you for now. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Micah Dumais. Thank you for joining us.